When I started my video production business, I thought all I needed was good gear and good work. But I was dead wrong. And the truth is, 99% of beginner videographers think exactly the same thing. Most don't fail because they're not talented or because they're lazy. They fail because of business mistakes. You buy the camera, shoot a few projects, and then think you're ready to run a business. Then the reality hits. No clients, lowball offers, and a ton of wasted time. And I've been there, but I managed to turn things around building a 7-figure video production business and working with big name brands. And if I had to start all over again in 2026, here are the 7 mistakes I'd make sure to avoid at all costs. And honestly, if you steer clear of these errors, you'll probably go on to be more successful than I was. So if you're even remotely serious about the success of your videography business, then you're going to want to watch this all the way through. Let's get into it. The first mistake is by far the most important and yet the most overlooked, and I can almost guarantee it's not what you think. That mistake is focusing on making cool videos instead of results-driven work. I'll be real with you. When I started, I was obsessed with getting the perfect cinematic shot. I spent hours tweaking transitions, adding effects, and making my reel look like a Netflix movie trailer. And while clients were like, wow, this looks amazing and that was great for my ego, you know what they didn't say? This video made us money or made a huge impact to our business. And here's the bitter truth. Businesses don't care about how artistic your shots are if the video doesn't bring them results, period. Think about it. A restaurant doesn't want a beautiful promo. They want more people walking through the door. A coach doesn't want a cinematic testimonial. They want more clients signing up. So once I flicked the switch and started linking my videos to tangible outcomes, sales, leads, engagement, my conversations changed. And suddenly I wasn't just another videographer charging by the hour. I was a partner helping them grow their business. And that's when I started closing bigger deals faster. And that's what we want, right? Easier sales. This is the truth most videographers miss. Visuals don't pay you, outcomes do. So focus on creating videos that generate real growth and you'll always stay booked. Now, the next mistake I'm about to share with you is the one out of the 7 that I wish someone had slapped me with early on because it almost made our business go bankrupt. That mistake number 2 is chasing revenue instead of profit. Let me give you a really quick story. Early on, I hit a milestone, 10,000 in revenue in 1 month. And I was pumped and super excited until I realized I had almost nothing left after expenses. Gear rentals, travel, contractors, editing software, even gas money, without even factoring into my own time, the amount of time sending emails and managing the project. It all ate away at that big number until there was like nothing left. And that's something we're normally really good at, just looking at the big number and not factoring in our own time. Look, there's an uncomfortable truth here that no one else will tell you. Revenue only sounds good for Instagram posts, but profit is what pays your bills and lets you reinvest into your business. You can make $100,000 a year in revenue and still struggle if your margins are thin. But with a lean setup and smart pricing, you could earn half of that and keep more in your pocket. So the ultimate lesson here is to always ask, is this job profitable? Don't just chase busy work or shiny revenue milestones to brag about online to your friends. Remember, profit is freedom, revenue is ego. So let's keep it pushing. The third mistake is something that might sound small, but if you don't fix this, I can guarantee it will drain your energy and your bank account fast. I've literally seen hundreds of beginner videographers do this and it absolutely crushes them, but they don't notice. That mistake is being afraid to ask for deposits. In my early days, I struggled with this fear for so long and I got punished by it badly. I used to be terrified of asking for deposits. I thought, what if it scares them off? What if they don't want to commit? What if it means that we won't make the sale? It felt like another friction point. So I'd start projects without upfront payments thinking I was being flexible. Big mistake. You know what happened? Late payments, clients ghosting, endless chasing for invoices, and a lot, and I mean a whole lot of stress. The day I started requiring deposits, everything changed. Legit clients respected it and it made me look more professional. The people who pushed back, red flags. Listen and write this down. Even tattoo it on your forehead if you have to. Deposits filter out time wasters. End of story. Not only that, it also keeps cash flowing and it protects you if the client bails. And here's the kicker. Asking for a deposit doesn't make you look desperate. It makes you look established. You're saying to the client, I take this seriously. Do you? And I promise you, if they're even slightly serious about working with you, it won't turn them off. Instead, it will make them respect you more and see you as more of an authority in the space and a good decision by them. So the next time a client asks for your rates, Don't shrink or think about holding off any deposits until the end of the project, thinking that's going to build trust, because it does exactly the opposite and it hurts your business. Now, the next mistake, I admit, sounds rather boring on the surface, but not doing this cost me thousands from my own pocket. And that mistake is not tracking my time. I'll never forget a project I did a few years ago. On paper, it looked amazing. It was $2,500 for a short brand video. And I thought easy money, especially back then when I was growing my business. This was big for me. Except when I tracked it, I spent over 40 hours shooting, editing, doing client revisions, emailing back and forth, sitting on meetings, managing the project. By the end of it, I calculated my actual hourly rate, and it was like less than $5 an hour. I thought to myself, what are you doing? No joke, I could have literally made more money working anywhere else. And that's the danger of not tracking your time. You think the project is profitable, but in reality, it's draining your energy and resources, particularly those areas that you just don't think of. Time tracking doesn't just keep you disciplined, it shows you what kind of projects and clients are worth it and what you need to do more of. Some projects might look smaller, but pay better hourly and have more profit. Others might seem big, but turn into a black hole. Without tracking, then you're just guessing. But with tracking, you're building a roadmap to actual profitability, and that helps with the sales process as well, so you know exactly what types of videos take what amount of time and how to put an associated price with that so that you've got a good profit margin. So don't be like the old me. Track your time so you don't end up wasting your energy on projects that don't benefit your business. Number 5 is a newbie trap that had me working way more hours than I was ever paid for. And every time I think about it, I just want to kick myself in the shin because it's so obvious now I look back on it. And that horrible mistake was skipping a scope of work document. This one nearly burned me out. And early on, I didn't use scope of work agreements. I'd just say yes to an email and we would just kind of handle the whole project because I thought that me and the client were on the same page. But then came the endless little requests, another round of edits, another extra video cut, another whole day of working, another meeting, another this, another that, and all included apparently. Without a scope of work, I had no leverage. I couldn't push back, and I worked way more than what I got paid for. A clear scope of work changes everything. It's like a shield. You set the boundaries up front. Here's exactly what I'm delivering for you. If you want more, I'm happy to do it, but it's going to cost extra because it's outside the scope that I've quoted for. It protects your sanity, your schedule, and your bank account. And the truth is, most clients respect it because it makes you look like a professional with a process, not just a freelancer who wings it. And again, any clients that aren't on board with that, red flags. They're not going to be a nice client to work with for the long term. Look, every mistake hurts, but some sting way more than others, and mistake number 6 is one of those. And I see videographers at every single level making this. It held me back for years, and honestly, if I'd fixed it sooner, I'd be much further ahead than where I am today. So what is it? Waiting too long to upsell. For the longest time, I thought upselling was about being pushy and annoying. Like, oh, here we go, another salesperson trying to squeeze more money out of me. But I had it backwards. Here's what I learned. If you're actually helping clients get results, upselling isn't pushy, it's a service. Think about it. If you've made them one great video, don't you think that they could benefit from short form edits for social media or a package for ads for different platforms? Clients already trust you and they'd rather pay you more to handle additional needs than go and find a new vendor. Once I started upselling sooner and not waiting until after 3 or 4 projects, I not only increased my income, but I made those clients' lives easier and the relationship between us better. Upselling isn't about greed, it's opportunity for both sides. You're just presenting some options that you know will benefit them. So if you have a client who you're already delivering good results for, look for other areas of their business that could still benefit from your skill set. Even things like internal training videos for larger companies. Package them a good offer and sell it back to them. This shows you that you're an asset and not just another freelancer who's itching to get onto the next gig. And remember, it's not greed if you're actually adding value to their business in exchange for whatever you're charging. Finally, number 7. Now I saved this one for last because this one is probably the most disregarded out of all of them, and yet it's the one that drives the most results for growing a business. Making this one mistake kept me stuck in the feast and famine cycle for years, where some months were busy with work and others we were on the hunt trying to look for new customers just to pay the bills. And this mistake is treating every project like a one-off. This is just another rookie mindset. Finish a project, deliver it, move on to the next exciting, shiny new client. But here's the thing, acquiring new clients is way harder than keeping old ones, especially if you want to grow and scale your business. It's tiring, it's long, and detrimental. Take it from someone who's worked with hundreds of clients at all different levels of our business growth. A happy client is your best marketing. They'll stick with you, they'll send you referrals, and they'll come back for more if you position yourself as a long-term partner. Don't just think, how do I finish this video and just get this project on to the next one? Think, how do I turn this into an ongoing relationship? That could mean retainer packages, quarterly campaigns, monthly content plans, whatever fits their business. And when you stop treating projects as one and dones and start building long-term partnerships, that's when your business stops feeling like a hustle and starts feeling like a business. Now remember, the goal here isn't just to grab a few one-off projects, it's to build a wildly successful business. And the moment you shift your mindset, keeping clients long-term, that's when everything changes and your business will thank you for it in the long run. So guys, those are the 7 mistakes I'd never make again if I had to start a video production business from scratch in 2026. Now here's the thing, you don't have to wait years or burn through bad clients and wasted projects to learn these lessons the hard way. If you actually put this into practice today, you'll be way ahead of where I was when I started. And if you want to go even deeper by learning the sales strategies that we use, what our RCP retainer model looks like and how you can apply it to your business, then I've created a free training. This is how we avoided those feast and famine cycles and created predictable, stable income every month, knowing exactly where our next job is coming from. The link is in the description, so go check it out and I'll give you a proven roadmap to grow faster and with less stress. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which mistake hit home for you the most, or if there are any you've experienced yourself which you think that I missed, then drop it in there as well. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one. Peace.